Hi guys, today I wanted to film the video about two tobacco scents. Tobacco note in both of them is really prominent, so I think it's a good idea to compare these two fragrances. I think they both have very decent releases and I love them both. I think I appreciate the tobacco note a lot, even though very honestly I won't wear these fragrances myself, so this is not fragrances for me. But from the perspective of like fragrance reviewer, I really appreciate these two scents. First one is the one from ORMONDE called MONTABACO Intensivo, and the other one is from NIHILO, is the Outcast Blue Extrait de Parfum. I'm gonna spray both of them. So on the left hand is gonna be the ORMONDE, on the right hand is gonna be the NIHILO one. And from the top notes, I think in general the ORMONDE is a bit less tobacco-centered scent than the Outcast Blue Extrait. So from the opening is very citrusy. It has bergamot, orange, like sage and cardamom. On the other hand, the NIHILO one just have saffron and black pepper. So it's a much more straightforward tobacco scent than the ORMONDE one. So I definitely feel a lot of orange and bergamot in the opening, which does make this fragrance for me, as I said, a little bit more unisex than the NIHILO one. In the hearts in ORMONDE we have magnolia, rose, violet and tea. From all these notes I possibly feel tea more than the other ones, so maybe a bit of rose, just a tiny bit, and the tea note is quite prominent. The NIHILO one just have lily of the valley in the heart, and I'm not a fan of lily of the valley, you know that guys, and I don't really feel it in the fragrance, so it doesn't matter for me anyway. As I said, that the saffron and black pepper in the NIHILO one is really prominent here. The tobacco, you feel it straight away, so yeah, it's just much more straightforward tobacco scent, guys. It's very intense, very deep, very aromatic. I would say that the ORMONDE one is a bit more citrusy, suede, sandalwoody one. Not that much of a tobacco. You definitely feel tobacco, don't get me wrong guys, in the ORMONDE one. Okay, and going to the base, we have obviously the tobacco in ORMONDE one, the sandalwood, suede, tonka, ambergris. Yeah, it's a little bit funny with that ORMONDE one. The further it goes, the less sort of tobacco for me it gets. So it's really complex. It's very nice scent. You feel tobacco, but as I said, is not as tobacco centered as NIHILO one. So the NIHILO on the other side, in the base they have agarwood, vetiver, sandalwood, tobacco and oak moss. Vetiver is really prominent here. So vetiver, oak moss, tobacco, you feel it from the beginning to the end. I would repeat myself a little bit, saying that yeah, NIHILO is absolutely deepest tobacco scent I've ever smelled myself. I think is, if you appreciate the tobacco note, if you love the tobacco note, if you want something with tobacco that will be really deep and really strong and really actually a unique one, I think, smell the NIHILO Extrait de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is nice tobacco scent, but it's much more fresh. It's not that deep, it's not that intense. Really, I prefer the Eau de Parfum because, as I said, I would never wear something like Outcast Blue Extrait myself. But from the perspective, as I said, like a fragrance reviewer, I really appreciate this scent. I think it's beautiful. The ORMONDE, much more unisex for me, and actually these notes from the beginning, the orange and bergamot, they kind of persist towards the end of the scent, so it makes this tobacco much less intense, much more, it just plays with other notes during the performance, rather than NIHILO, the Outcast Blue Extrait is very straightforward fragrance, guys. So you feel saffron straight away, pepper, tobacco, oak moss, vetiver is all very deep. Altogether is a very solid tobacco fragrance. The ORMONDE, much more complex, more notes, more undertones to it, and I actually really like the fact that these citrusy notes, they last quite a long time. So that's it for today, guys. This was my comparison of ORMONDE MONTABACO Intensivo and NIHILO Outcast Blue Extrait. If you enjoyed watching this video, if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel and see you soon.